This story is talking about a boy from Henryville, Indiana. He was born on September 9, 1890. His father was died when he was just 6 years old. This condition made his mother had to work. And as a first child, he had to cook and take care of his two siblings. Not only did the chores, because of the difficult situation, he also had to work as a farmhand when he was 10 years old. In 1902, his mother married with a man who has violent character. And he cannot take how his father treated him. So a year later, he ran away from his home and dropped out of high school when he was 13 years old. Then he started working as a painter of carriages. In 1906, he faked his age to enlist the US Army and got honorably discharged in the next year. After that, he started working as railway laborer where his uncle worked there. But only few months later, he switched his job as firefighter in Illinois. And this job also did not stand for long, because he was getting a fight with his coworker. Besides doing his work, he also studied law in La Salle Extension University. And he started his legal career for 3 years. And this job also didn't took so long because he was getting into a fight with his client in a court. In 1916, he got a job as sales of life insurances. But again he got fired because he did not following orders from the company. In 1920, with his hard work, he established a ferry boat company by collecting funds from shareholders. 2 years later, he left the company and sell all his shares to create a chemical lamp manufacturing company. But unfortunately, another company was already selling electric lamps, and it much better than his company's lamps. This situation forced his lamp company went bankrupt. This failure did not make him give up. He tried to get another job as a salesman for tire company. But the company was closed in 1924, and again, he lost his job. In the same year, luckily, he met manager of Standard Oil of Kentucky. The manager asked him to run a service station. But because of Great Depression in 1930, this service station had to close down. In the same year, he got offering from Shell. Shell offer him a service station with rent-free. In return, the company took a percentage of sales. He took the offering and start operating the service station. He also serve a few meals, including chicken dishes, to people who stopping by at the station. Because of its delicious taste, his chicken dishes soon became a famous fried chicken among the people in that area. In few years later, he left service station and built his own restaurant. His restaurant had a good response and full with customers. This condition make a local competitor jealous and dispute with him, causing a shootout and made one of his employee died. Few years later, he bought a motel next to his restaurant. He hoped his business could be better. In fact, the motel caught fire and burnt down together with his restaurant. Didn't give up, he rebuilt a new motel and restaurant. But again, World War II forced him to close it down. After the World War ended, he tried to sell his secret fried chicken recipe. And in 1952, one of the city's largest restaurants bought his recipe. He named his secret recipe as Kentucky Fried Chicken. The restaurants made much income from his chicken recipe. As the result, several other restaurants also wanted to buy his recipe as a franchise. The restaurants paid only 4 cents for each chicken. This made him unsatisfied and out from the partnership. In the age of 65, he faced another challenge. A new highway was built near to his own restaurant. And it caused his own restaurant got less customer traffic and went bankrupt. This situation forced him to sell his restaurant building. With his little saving and the age that is not young anymore, he kept trying to start his new own business. He tried to sell his recipe franchised again, but now he tried it in more serious. He went all around the US to offer his franchise to any suitable restaurants. He visited restaurants offered to cook his chicken, and if the owners liked it, then he negotiated about a franchised right. But it was not easy for him. He was rejected so many times when he offered his franchise. And he never gave up, he did it over and over again. He even often slept in the back of his car. Until after he got 1008 rejection, in age of 75. There was one restaurant who accepted his franchise. From this acceptance, KFC started to be recognized by public. People liked Colonel Sanders's recipe. Many people began coming to Colonel Sanders to buy his franchise. Since then, KFC had grown rapidly. In less than a decade, KFC had more than 600 branches in various states. And KFC was the first American fast food restaurant to have expanded abroad, such as Canada, United Kingdom, Mexico, and Jamaica. Now, in 2024, KFC has at least 29,000 outlets in 147 countries and territories in the world. From the story of Colonel Sanders, we can learn an interesting lesson. That there is never too old to start something, and even if you have failed so many times, just never give up. If you think that you have failed so many times, then remember Colonel Sanders' story. His father died when he was 6 years old. He got fired in many companies. His restaurant business went bankrupt so many times. And he got 1008 rejected when he offered his franchise. He even had to start his business with only little money. And in his age that was not young anymore, 65 years old. But he never gave up, because he knew failure was not the end, but the beginning of something bigger. His persistence had made Colonel Sanders' success like we know now. So whatever happens in your life, just keep it up and don't give up like Colonel Sanders. Thank you for watching.